irony is, I moved out here to be close to him.
Well, these things have a way of working themselves out.
In this episode, let's take that moment and turn it into a blueprint for having tough conversations with family when entering retirement. It's an installment in what we're calling the George Carlin series. George's inspiration was the world around him. An advisor needs to have the same approach, whether it's at the grocery store, the gas pump, or at home watching Netflix. That scene is from the Netflix show Man on the Inside. And in the first season, Ted Danson's character goes undercover as a PI at a retirement home in San Francisco. It's loaded with story ideas for a financial advisor. And I want to walk you through this example, the show, and how the advisor can leverage it when talking to prospects on their radio show. But before I get into it, the best way to get your story ideas here is to subscribe to our Impact YouTube channel. Obviously, hit the like button so that we know that we're hitting the mark. In this scene, Ted Danson and his friend Calbert are getting to know each other a little bit as they're exploring the city. Calbert shares that he moved from Baltimore to the Bay Area just to be closer to his son, so it would be easier. He's a widower, and he's getting close to his no-go years, and now barely sees his son because he works all the time. He's alone in a brand new city, and he's confined to a retirement home. That's not the ideal retirement, but it is an example of how retirement can happen to you if you aren't having hard conversations with your family. That's our talking point. That can be the value of a financial advisor. So here's the blueprint. We paraphrase. Here's a show on Netflix with Ted Danson. It's called Man on the Inside. He plays a PI at a retirement home. There's a scene later in the season where he and another character that he's befriended called Calbert are talking about their lives while riding a ferry around Alcatraz. And the friend reveals that he's moved to the Bay Area from Baltimore to be closer to his son. And now he never sees his son. Next, we add a little color. Why does this matter? So speak from your perspective and your experience. It made me think of some of my clients, and it's kind of a sad moment to realize that a guy who's a widower is now alone in a brand new city, close to his no-go years, and spends his day basically confined to a retirement home. That's not anybody's idea of a dream retirement. Now we connect the dots. What could Calbert have done differently? People don't necessarily think of advisors in this light, but it's exactly why it's so important to get to know your clients. And part of that means having tough conversations. Sometimes moving across the country to be closer to family is necessary, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the plan. We've got to manage expectations and account for the realities of life. Grown children can be busy. Calbert's son was. Should they be your only support beam? That's the conversation worth having before you move across the country. Later in that scene, Calvert reveals he's a massive baseball fan. That needs to be a part of the plan, and that's the sort of thing a great advisor can help with. You see what we did there? We took a moment from a Netflix show with Ted Danson. We turned it into a discussion about hard conversations with family when it comes to planning for retirement. That's it for Selling with Stories for today. Again, like and subscribe if this one struck a chord with you, and we'll see you next time.